We're live into Facebook.
There we go.
There we go. All right, everybody. Welcome. Today I've got my friend Alex, and he's got this amazing product through RealGrader. You can just Google them right now. But when he sat down and explained to me what this was, I was pleasantly surprised to see that it's something we all need. And this isn't a sponsored webinar. This isn't something that we're getting paid to do. I love the product and I really wanted to showcase it because right now we're all trying to look for things that can give us the edge because it's such a competitive market. If you have buyers, well, so does everybody else, right? And what we're seeing is that on the seller side of this, when people call you up and say, hey, I'm looking for a real estate agent to sell my house, this is where it comes into play. And we're also concerned about Zillow and CoStar and all these other companies trying to come in and encroach on our space here. Well, this is a solution for you. And Alex, welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about how you started this and what it is, and then we'll get into the product.
Awesome. I'd love to just bring my mom into the picture because she's a retired realtor. So is it cool if I share my screen? And
For sure, man. Do it.
All right, beauty. So here we go. So this is how it all started. This is my mom, Adriana. She's a retired realtor, but she was doing real estate, and she actually is an immigrant from Romania. Came over from communist Romania, where her family had a really good life, came to America with absolutely nothing. So she's like my inspiration when it comes to entrepreneurs. She doesn't even call herself an entrepreneur, but I see it is like she came to America with absolutely nothing, $1 at the airport, and got a job at the Staples factory in Queens, New York. And she saw this opportunity to put a down payment on this house back in the day. And she did it. She couldn't even afford the house. She started renting it, and that's how she got into real estate, by just like having to rent out her future home. I was fortunate to be raised in this house with my brother, and it's in, an affluent area of Long Island. And my mom was doing real estate, but she was struggling in 1999 because then technology came around, and it wasn't about the yellow pages anymore. It was about, okay, MLS, put your listings into the MLS, all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I came home from college in 1999. I thought I was going to go to New York City and get a job. And she's like, hey, can you come help me for the summer? I need help putting the listings up. I got my real estate license. And next thing I know, she closed a really big deal. It was a commercial deal. She never even did a commercial deal, but it was an $80,000 commission check.
Damn.
I remember how big that was for our family because it paid the mortgage for a year and a half. Right?
That's massive, dude.
Yeah. So, I mean, expensive taxes, crazy, real estate prices. But I started helping her. Then all of her friends started asking for help. And then her broker started asking for help. Next thing I know, I'm doing websites for realtors, updating code, like going to realtors' houses and putting listings on their website, which back in the day, you probably know, took 2 to 3 hours. Right now, if it's not on Zillow in 5 minutes, we're screaming at somebody, or not anymore. Now, if it's not on Realtor.com, we're screaming at somebody, or on Google, we're screaming at somebody. But the point is, I built this company right out of the garage there. So that little arrow, we actually put up sheetrock in there, and that's where our office was back in 1999. 2001, we officially were already working with realtors. So that's how I got in the business. I've been in the industry ever since. I've seen a lot of stuff. I follow LabCoatAgents. I feel blessed to be here and presenting to all of you. It's kind of been a dream of mine for a while, to be honest, and I'm glad we connected.
Nice.
So, today I want to talk about Google Local. I want to talk about online reviews. Like, I've been following everything you're saying with all the changes that are happening, and I think it's perfect timing for all of this.
Yeah, I think so, dude. I love the topic because it's something that we're seeing a lot of people talk about. Google, well, it's what, LSA, is that what it is? Or
Local service ads, yeah.
Local service ads, Google reviews, and your business page. I love that we're covering it all under one roof. So show us what you got, man.
You got it. So, I mean, what we noticed is 2.1 million agents were forced to go digital since COVID. Right. And I think the real estate agents have adopted extremely quickly, having watched over 20 years. And we've been featured in the Real Deal and Inman because we actually, during COVID, tripled our business. That's when realtors were like reaching out to us like crazy. We did not expect it. It's just like COVID happened and I thought, I'm never going to be able to go to a real estate office again. And I've been to 150 real estate offices the year prior. Suddenly they're all reaching out. We're doing webinars and our business triples. It was crazy. So when I ask realtors, when I go to real estate offices, I ask, how is your digital presence? You know, like overall, people on this call, if you were going to grade yourself on 1 through 100, 100 being the best and 1 being I'm invisible online, where do you put yourself? Because this is becoming the thing. And the example I want to use is my mom. So my mom, she moved to Miami. She sold that beautiful house. She's retired. She bought an investment property in Miami. She bought a condo downtown Miami. 3 years ago, she's like, Alex, time to sell. Who should I list with? You know a lot of realtors, right? I'm like, of course, Mom. Let me be careful who I pick here, so I don't get, you know how that goes. Anyway, yep. so I pick one, and my mom goes ahead and asks my brother. So, hey, Andrew, who should I use? And he's in North Carolina, so he thought he had a good recommendation too. My mom doesn't actually trust me or my brother. Who does she use? Right? She goes to Google and she does her Google research, and she picked the realtor that she trusted off of her research because she had 2 choices. That's the world we live in.
Of course.
It's kind of like bullshit. Like we actually trust the referral. We don't. We Google it too, right? We don't just go to a restaurant. We Google a restaurant. So that's really what's going on right now. Let me see who's putting scores in there. What grade would you give yourself on a 1 through 100? Like if I was going to Google you right now, by the way, we're real grader because we grade you.
Damn, this is tough. I'm probably going to score myself low so I look good. I would say 10 out of 100. 10. Give me a 10.
Come on, Tristan.
All right, maybe a 20. Okay.
You're way above average, but yeah, I graded you, so we're going to reveal the score.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, awesome. So I think this is the opportunity in 2021 for realtors to actually own it. You talk about it all the time. They can actually own their digital presence. They can own their brand online. And this is the time to really embrace it, right? How do you look on Google? How do you look on Facebook? How do you look on Instagram? How do you look on LinkedIn, YouTube, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Zillow? Your digital presence, your digital footprint lives there, and you have a choice over it. Now we could go blame all of these portals for data issues, or we could blame Google for not putting me up on Google Maps. But really, at the end of the day, do you own your online reputation or does somebody else? Right? And like, are you ready to own it? And I watch you, Tristan, and I watch other top realtors. They own it. Like you guys are out there building it, building your brand, and that's something that lives with you forever. Disruptors? What disruptors? Like, I own my brand. And that's what I want for all realtors. And I believe that with Google Local, what's happening now, it's actually a stand for the local real estate agent. The big players are not going to be able to come in because it's called Google Local for a reason, right? So this is exciting to me. I think this is exciting times. I'm going to talk about a couple of secrets that'll help realtors when it comes to digital space. And the first one is the Instacart. I showed this to you, Tristan. I mean, what do you think about this?
Dude, I loved it, man. I was really surprised at how easy it was on the eyes and how useful it was. So it was great job on this. Beautifully done.
Thank you. So this digital card, I believe, is an easy way to reach out to your sphere. It's an easy way to get Google reviews. It's an easy way to connect with people via text message. It's not an app. It's just a textable link, very easy, very simple. You're guaranteed to get their phone number 100% of the time. And you'll never run out of cards again, right? The main features, it's not an app, no download needed, social media integration. So now you can connect with people on Instagram, Facebook, just by texting them your digital card. They press a button and shoom, everything saves in their phone under a V card. You can get customer reviews. They can read your reviews before you go to a listing presentation. So now you're actually securing the listing. And I've had agents get listings off of this.
Hey, everybody.
And here's Ryan Serhan. He's been on LabCoatAgents before. He's actually one of the early adopters of the digital card. This is what he had to say.
I'm Ryan Serene from Million Dollar Listing New York, and I use Instacart, started by this guy right here, and it is awesome. It is my digital business card. I can send it to everybody. It's got all my links, photos, video, everything in it. Way better than just sending my phone number or email. I use it for all my clients, and it's changed my life.
I mean, well, I couldn't hope for more better video testimonial than that.
Dude, that's a solid one, man. I love Ryan. Ryan is such a nice guy too.
Totally. And he was one of the first ones to jump on Google Local with us too. So he's doing that with us right now. So this digital card on the right, you're seeing Tristan's card. We put in his like LabCoatAgents stuff. We customized it. We customized the color scheme. We customized the menu. It looks, it looks solid and it's textable.
Dude, you made it look sexier than before, man.
Yeah, I added a few things to it.
I love this.
So yeah, it's pretty solid. We've got a patent pending on this, but we already have over 5,000 agents across the country using it, and it's customizable. So that, how many people, on this call, you printed your cards, and then a week or 6 weeks later, you're like, man, I wish I changed that thing. I need to reprint it. Well, with a dynamic digital card, you can change the background on the fly. So you want to put a seasonal image in the background? Okay, no problem. You want to change the color scheme because you changed your branding? Okay, no problem. No additional cost because you have a dashboard to do it. So you just have this dynamic digital business card that just continues to move as you move and change through the industry.
Damn, dude.
You can add your YouTube videos in here. You can add multiple YouTube videos. So now they can watch a video about you. Imagine I text Tristan my card. He can watch a quick video about me. He can connect with me on Instagram. He can see my listings or my sold properties, my reviews. He's like, oh, this guy's solid. That's what all of you can have, is like, just send something where you look solid. And you're putting your best information in front. You know what problem with reviews is actually that, and I think this is even a Google problem that they need to address. I'm only gonna read the latest review. But what if that's not my best review? What if I wanna put a better review on top because somebody wrote a really good review about me? That's what I wanna text somebody. That's what I want somebody to read. So we actually allow you to change the order of your reviews on your digital card. So you can also add all your social media. You can change the order of the icons.
Nice.
You can add your Google reviews manually, so you can order them in any order you want. You can add your Facebook reviews.
Ooh.
So pick your best reviews from all your best platforms and lay them out so that you show diversified reviews on your digital card. Facebook, Google, right? Totally
Dude,
customizable.
good job, man. Look at that. I didn't see this part before. So we can actually hide our Zillow reviews, which I love. Thank you.
Yep. Anything
Good job on that. Good job on that. I mean, turn on the Google reviews.
Right. And over here, you can customize your menu. So we added LabCoatAgents. We added his YouTube videos because Tristan's big on his videos. We all know that. But you can put anything. You want to put a lead gen in here, like what's my home worth? Now you text somebody your digital card and you're like, click on what's my home worth, and it's a lead gen right there.
Dude.
QR codes included, also customizable automated messaging. So you want to share your card, it could say, it's great meeting you, here's my Instacard, or you could change it to say, hey, follow me on Instagram, here's my Instacard, or hey, check out my sales in the last 12 months, here's my Instacard, whatever you want to do.
Nice, nice. All right, how are you seeing agents using this
So I see them
successfully
getting Google reviews. I had one agent get 25 Google reviews in 30 days, texting this out.
Wow.
Because we have the direct link to the 5 stars on Google. It bypasses like looking for the page or going to the Google business page. It goes right to the 5 stars. Another thing is getting listings, sending the card before you go to a listing presentation so that they're seeing the best version of you before you get there. And they're doing their research. Those are like the two biggest highlights.
That's a really good point. I mean, after we hang up with the person that we just talked to, buyer or seller, referral, doesn't matter. Hang up and say, hey, great talking to you. Here's a little bit more about me. Boom, done. You can either have that automated. So when you add them into your CRM, whatever that looks like, then you have Zapier take over, automated, send this link over, or you can actually manually do it. That's brilliant. Dude, I love that. Sheila's got a question inside of the command group because we're also playing it into the command group.
Awesome.
She says, can you do this with the KW Google business page? So
You
can
can
you
do it
grab
with
that
any
link?
Google,
Yeah.
any Google business page. I mean, ideally, you're going to promote it to your Google business page. If you're
Yep.
pushing your office's Google business page, that's fine too, or your team. Yeah, any Google business page.
Perfect. Sheila, we got you. We got you.
Yeah, and what you said about automated, like put it in your email signature. I've seen people do that. Put it in your text signature. Create a shortcut on your text messages to drop your Instacart link when you're contacting people. All of that. So my favorite part about this is anybody on this call, you can actually try this for free. So we have a free setup and a free 30-day trial. After that, it's only 15 bucks a month. And the link for that is getinstacart.com.
Nice. And this is agent specific, obviously, right? It's not like
Agent, broker. I mean, we're focused on the real estate vertical. Surprisingly, what happens is a realtor text messages like, you know, a title agent, and then boom, the title agent wants an Instacart because he loves it or she loves it, right? Or they text message their plumber or their electrician, and we've been getting all these randoms, but we're focused on real estate. We want to go deep on real estate.
this doesn't stop at real estate, buddy. This keeps on going everywhere.
I know. It is kind of viral in that sense.
This is
And,
kind of
oh, by the way, there's a sharing tool. So you text message your digital card to one person and they can share it via text message to the next person. So talk about referring a realtor to a friend. There's a quick share button that they can just stop.
So I could send it to my mom and be like, hey mom, share this with your friends.
Exactly.
That's how, dude, when I started in this business, my main referral source was my mom. Because I was in my early 20s.
And me too on technology, because it was like my mom knew all the realtors, right? So she's like, oh, Alex should come to your house and work on your website.
That's why we get along, dude. There you go.
Exactly. All right, cool. So that's something free, definitely worth trying out. That's how simple it is to sign up for a 30-day trial. Now I want to get into the juicy stuff. I mean, that's pretty juicy, but for me, like the topics that you're bringing up lately, Tristan, I think this ties in. I mean, Google made 181 billion in 2020. Sorry about the typo there. They invested 7 billion in real estate this year.
Woo.
So I mean, that hit the headlines.
Hold on. I'm gonna snapshot this one. Guys, yeah. Grab this one.
I gotta fix this thing right here just so you're accurate here.
There you go. 2020. There you go. I'll wait for you and then I'll snap it. While we're doing that, what if it's a husband and wife team? They could use this for that too, right?
The digital card, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I recommend you each have your own because you each have a phone number. So it's associated to your phone number, right? If you're sharing a phone number, that's fine. Then you can have one card with like the, you know, the couple photo. But usually we recommend one each.
Dude, this is amazing to see that. I'm glad they're finally deciding to dump more money into the real estate world, because that means they're giving us more exposure, the ability to get more exposure. Right.
I'm talking about 7 billion in real estate. They're actually buying office space, right? In a time of COVID, they're buying office space because they're growing like crazy. That's what I'm talking about there.
Got it.
I'm on you with the other piece in a second. Yeah. You know, they bought YouTube for 1.65 billion in 2006. YouTube now makes 15 billion a year. Right? About decent investment there.
That's a pretty good investment, I would say.
Not bad. I'll take it. So here's the thing that I thought was really interesting. I love that you did a lot of research on some of those big portals, like looking at their financial statements. So I started looking at that stuff too, like where are they spending their money on marketing? Now, most major portals invest millions in Google. Like a majority of their ad spend is actually on Google. Isn't that interesting? Google AdWords, Google SEO. So they're spending money to get leads that realtors are buying. And then Google Local's like, here we go. Do you want to just buy it straight from us? Interesting, right? I mean, when we look at the future here, the future is with Google having 181 billion, if we're not thinking that they're going to do something big in real estate, when they've actually been doing it all along, Google AdWords, real estate dollars all over the place, Google SEO, real estate dollars all over the place, Google Business, and now Google Local. I'm just saying, they're building something here.
It makes sense. I think what people forget is that Google, Facebook, and you want to throw in YouTube in there, and all these social sites as well, they're marketing platforms, right? And the more exposure they have, the more they can sell that the marketing platforms for more, right? For us, the more money we can spend on it. It's differentiating it more than Zillow, because Zillow took a side vertical and said, hey, well, let's become a broker and let's take a big chunk of that realtor's commission, or just make them less important. And Google's doing the opposite. Google's saying, look, let me empower you, just spend some money on us, right? And we'll put you out there more, which is what I love. That's why I'm like all in on Google.
Absolutely. So my question for people on the call is like, number one, do you have a Google business page for yourself, not just your broker, not just your team? I think it's important that every agent has their own Google business page, because that's going to carry your reviews with you, right? Then do you focus your reviews on Google? Do you have a YouTube channel? With Google owning YouTube, I mean, if I Google Tristan right now, guaranteed I'm going to find some YouTube videos, right? If I Google most major players in the real estate industry, they've got a YouTube channel, they got some videos, it shows up, and it makes you look professional, right? It's more than just like organic search. It's, hey, here's a video, and you get to know that person. And then, are you on Google Local yet? Now, this is only like, barely anybody knows about Google Local yet, but this is what's coming, and we're already putting realtors on Google Local. I'm going to talk about that too. But these are the questions that I want to just drop in everybody's mind. Do you have a Google business page? Let me know yes, no in the chat. Are you focused on getting Google reviews? I think it's one of the #1 places to get reviews right now. And I think it's the #1 place, actually. Do you have a YouTube channel? Are you putting your videos on your own YouTube channel? And are you on Google Local? Google is huge. 60% of agents don't have a Google business presence based on our records. We've Googled 17,000 plus agents, and 60% of them were not set up on Google Business.
Woo.
And I mean, this came out in 2014. Google Business launched in 2014. We're in 2021, right? So there's still opportunity. So I mean, my question is really, like, why are we waiting on this? I mean, all the signs point to do it. Like,
I mean, the number that just came out late last year, they just published it this year though, is 92, almost 93 billion monthly visitors on Google, right? And that's like, second place is YouTube at 35 billion. So this is like almost triple, right?
yeah. I'll never forget, my dad was a tech consultant. That's how I got into this also. Like, my mom a realtor, my dad a tech consultant. So no wonder I'm a real estate technology guy, right?
Makes sense, dude. Now it makes sense.
That would make sense. I just put it together right now, actually.
Oh, that's funny.
But he said, he was like, Google, Alex, this new thing's coming out. It's called Google Beta. I'm like, what's Google? It's not even like a word. He's like, no, that's going to be the new search engine. You'll see. And he was absolutely right. And this was way back when. So check it out. Google was born in 1998, right? So I'm going to do a little Google history right now. I had to do the research myself. Google 1998, SEO became a big deal for realtors. How do we get SEO? So we capture leads, Port Washington homes for sale, whatever, Bayside NY co-ops. I still have clients on page 1 of Google above, look, this agent's above Zillow for Bayside NY co-ops. That's our client. Bay Benjamin's on page 1. That's our client. We do their website. So that's still a thing, but that used to be the thing, right? And then Google AdWords came out, born in 2000. And people were like, oh, now I can jump ahead of everybody on SEO. Forget the SEO game. I'll just go right to pay-per-click. So now you got companies doing pay-per-click. You got Element.com here for Bayside, Select Your Next Home, Corolla Real Estate. One of my website clients, he's still doing AdWords and crushing it. So there's people crushing it still with pay-per-click. Born in 2014, Google Business. So now it's like, okay, let's get on the map. Let's get on Google Business. Maybe we run some ads with that. Who knows? And that became the whole Google Business mapping thing. And now it's 2020 and Google Local Service Ads came out. Now, Google Local Service Ads just came out for the real estate industry, but it was actually home services directory before that. And you could find your local plumber and your electrician. And, I just fixed my neighbor came over the other day. She's like, I need a plumber. I'm like, oh, Google Local. Look, Miami plumber. Check it out. Who's guaranteed? Who's screened? Who shows up? Let's call them. They got the most reviews, right?
Dude, I love that. I'm glad that they finally decided to go this route.
I think it's huge. I mean, now you can put in, and they haven't revealed all the keywords, but you can put in like Whitestone NY Realtor or town name Realtor or best Realtor in town name or real estate agent in town name or town name real estate agent. And these Google local ads show up. This is Paula. We got her set up within 3 weeks. And she's like right on the top of Google right now with Google local.
So you run these too? I mean, let's say we don't want to do this ourselves like I did, right?
Yeah.
I had to have my team send out the insurance and all that good stuff, set it up. Now we're finally working on our reviews for, oh, here's a question. Because I noticed that when we're running the reviews that we're getting for local service ads, and I go to my business page, for some reason, they don't always correlate. Are they separate or what's going on there?
A great question. So yeah, a lot of confusion, right? So Google local hooks up to your Google business page so that it can pull in the Google reviews from your business page. So you actually have two Google business pages, one for Tristan and one for Tristan and Associates, right? Yeah. I'll talk about that later. But the point is you got to be careful what you're hooking up to. And then if you don't want to go Google business, which you have to, I mean, if anybody just does the LSA reviews, they're actually allowing you to just put reviews on your LSA. I don't recommend that because now it doesn't live anywhere else. It just lives on LSA. Why not put them on your Google business and they automatically connect to your LSA?
Got it. Okay.
They are two separate animals, but they're actually, my recommendation is go Google business and it ties right in.
All right, Alex. So question for you here, and this is just out of curiosity here.
Yeah.
I'm doing it on my own, but why would I shift it to throw it to you guys besides me having to deal with the crap? But why would I send it to you guys to run?
I mean, if I'm being 100% honest with you, right now, if I put in Malibu real estate agent, your Google local is like number 8 on the list.
Right? You had to bring that up, huh? I'm just joking with you.
I'm like nervous. I'm like, wait.
I'm just joking with you.
Yeah, I mean, the point is like, back in the day, would we try to manage our own AdWords? And am I going to manage my own Facebook ads? Like I'm a Facebook social media agency. I will not manage my own Facebook ads because I would have to sit there and monitor it and play around with the bid and play around with the click and move the service areas around.
Dude.
I mean, it's just a management thing. So we have a team of experts that manages it for realtors. They focus on real estate. We focus on what we do best, managing your campaign, right?
That makes sense.
On the setup side, can you do this on your own? Absolutely. I mean, like any Google product, you can go set up your Google AdWords. You can go set up your Google business. You can go set up your Google local. We just do it efficiently and we know what we're doing because we do it so many times. We've set up 3,500 Google business pages for realtors. So like we have a few little tricks, right? And then like now we're set up over 100 people on Google local. We've definitely learned in just 100. I can't tell you how much we've learned, and the data is crazy, right? So we're just efficient at it. That's why you'd want to use us because we're efficient and we take the time away so you can do other things that leverage your time.
Got it. I love that. Good answer, dude. Yeah. I mean, look, I know how to run Facebook ads, but it's always changing and it's not always fun jumping in and figuring out, oh, they changed that and that. I got that, right? It's not fun.
So this breaks down like just for people that want to see the anatomy of Google. Like Google local is now above Google ads. It's above the map. It's above the business pages and it's above SEO. So it's like the new thing all the way on top for certain keywords though. You're not going to find it for homes for sale. You're only going to find it for real estate agent, realtor, because they're looking for you. Now, what's beautiful about that is the leads that come in off of that are the best kind of leads because they're looking for you. They're not looking for a property inquiry where you got to follow up 20 times just to get somebody to return a call. They actually call you and they're like, I'm looking for a realtor in Malibu. Are you a realtor in Malibu? Sweet, glad we connected, right? So that's the beauty of that. And I think, back in the day, people put their faces on shopping carts, right?
Yeah.
What's the biggest shop? Yeah. What's the biggest supermarket in the world? I'm going to say it's Amazon. Now, if I could put your face on the top of Amazon for real estate, I'm sure you'd be pretty happy about that. I cannot do that yet, right? But I can put you on the biggest search engine in the world on the top, and that's Google, and that's through Google local service ads. So that's the beauty of it. Real estate agent near me, Google local service ad shows up. Your
Damn, look at Lori Finkelstein, who's a friend of ours. 1,000,
killing it.
Dude, 1,000 Google reviews. That is insanity.
She's
I love it.
I see her everywhere too.
Good job, Lori.
Yeah. So it's also tied into Google Assistant. So, hey, Google, find a real estate agent near me. And I think Google Local is going to take over real estate search. That's kind of my future.
Damn, dude. I didn't know it was connected directly to Hey Google.
Yeah.
Just learned something new.
This is Sarahan. He says Google Local is clearly the next phase of digital marketing evolution. It's going to help us dominate even further in our core market of NYC. That's why we're partnering with RealGrader to help make Google Local a reality for us, a weapon and a bandwidth creator. So he's almost fully approved. We started with him about 3 weeks ago. It takes 3 to 5 weeks to get approved on Google. Some people takes longer. Some people get approved right away, but you have to upload proof of insurance. You got to do a background check. You got to do a few different things in order to get approved. This is the new real estate agent directory. But what I wanted to share, like what's more applicable to everybody in LabCoatAgents is really, or in whatever group you're listening to this on, is you need a solid foundation to grow. You can't be on Google Local if you don't have Google Business, you don't have reviews. It's actually a requirement. And I wouldn't even try to be pushing any other platform unless I actually had my digital presence solid. Not that I wouldn't try to push it, but that it all goes back to I Google you, right? Like I Googled Tristan. Tristan, I'm sure Googled me before we got on our first call. Like you Google your customers, they Google you. Yep. Of course, I'm going to Google a real estate agent. And this is what search looks like now. I Google a real estate agent and I find your Google business page. I find your realtor, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube, your Zillow, your homes.com. That's what shows up on page 1. Let's face it, that's your digital footprint as a realtor now. So the question is, have you taken care of it all, right? And are you getting reviews on Google? Am I Googling you and seeing nothing, or am I Googling you and seeing a bunch of 5-star reviews? So easy way to get reviews. This digital business card is one of them. We have the quick shareable links to any review platform. So you can text message to request a review. And then the next question becomes, are you on all the major platforms, right? Because your digital card is only as good as your digital reputation, right? I mean, if I give you a digital card and it's got nothing on it, okay, I mean, it's great, it's a digital card. But if I give you a digital card and I can connect to all of your stuff, and I can connect with you on LinkedIn and on Instagram and on Facebook, and your digital presence looks solid, now you're going to secure the listing. You follow me? You follow me. Hopefully everybody else follows me too.
Oh yeah, everybody's.
How's the chat doing? Do we have people in the chat commenting?
Yeah, they're on. They're asking questions. I'm answering them. Richard has one here specifically inside of the webinar. How important is a website for a realtor? I get all kinds of opinions from different sources.
So I think, I mean, I'm in the website business as well. I think a website is as good as everything else that points to it. Your website's like your lead capture. But if you're not doing marketing to your website, how are they going to know about your website, right? If you've got a Google business page and you're linking to your website, great. I mean, ClickFunnels came into the game because it said, forget the overcomplicated website, would just become a lead capture page, right? But the point is, you still have to drive traffic to a ClickFunnels page. I can't just have a ClickFunnels page that lives there. I can't just have a website that lives there and be like, oh, all these leads are coming in. Absolutely not. Like Tristan drives traffic from multiple angles to his website to generate leads, right? Whether it's pay-per-click, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Instagram ads, or it's just social media posts, whatever it is, it all points back to the website. So your website's only as good as your marketing. You know, realtors used to get pissed at me and they would be like, my website's not generating leads. I'm like, your website's not even on your email signature. Like, how do you think somebody knows about it? You know, you're not spending money on advertising, so nobody knows about your website, right? So I think it's only as good as your marketing. I do think it's a necessary component to have a website, especially for a listing presentation, right? Or somebody's Googling you and they want to learn more, and you can put in front of them your legacy. I think a website is like your opportunity, your proudest moments in real estate should live on your website because it's your legacy. It's like what you've accomplished in your real estate career up to that point should be reflected on your website. It's your opportunity to put your best foot forward, your best presentation in front of people. That's my take on a website. All the awards you won, all the biggest sales you've done, all your best reviews, right? Make them feel like they've chosen the right realtor.
I like that. Plus, the more they find, the more research they find about you, and the more you control that narrative through texting them what they can see online, right? The more you look good, and the more be like, hey, you know what? I feel comfortable with whoever to move forward with them. So that's part of the narrative you need to control.
Absolutely. So this is what we notice, realtors are like, well, how do I manage all this, Alex? I mean, when I used to go to live offices, I get in front of the room after a manager just presented 12 different technologies to the realtors and say, you should be adopting technology. And then I walk in and I'm like, all right, who's overwhelmed? Right? It's like there's so much out there. So how do you manage all of this? I actually think it's a losing battle to try to manage all this by yourself. Right? I mean, you got to have a team around it. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're staying up till 3 a.m. trying to figure this stuff out. So, but the thing is, there's consequences if you don't do anything about it, right? If you're not on Google Business, you don't get the leads, you don't get the phone calls. You're not on Instagram, I can't follow you. You're not on LinkedIn, I can't connect with you. You're not on YouTube, I can't watch your videos. You're on Realtor.com, but you didn't put your service area, your main service area, I can't find you, right?
Right.
So the consequences are you miss opportunities, no presence online, no credibility, ultimately you lose business deals that honestly you should be getting. And that's what hurts me when I see realtors like missing little opportunities here and there, that it's just they haven't connected the dots, or they haven't done what we do, is focus time and energy towards completion of the project, with a technology background so you can actually accomplish it. That's what's needed sometimes.
I have a question here from Julia from one of the Facebook groups that we're on.
Sure.
She says, how can I transfer Zillow reviews to Google? I guess I have to ask them to do it over again on Google. Is that right?
All right, so I'm going to give some workarounds. First of all, Zillow reviews, Rate My Agent offers an option where they will copy the reviews from Zillow. They'll resend it to your seller. It's not automated. It's like a copy paste type of thing.
Uh-huh.
But that's on their pay for platform.
That's cool.
So I thought that I got a presentation from Rate My Agent. I thought that was pretty nice. There is no real way to just copy and paste to Google, not from any platform, by the way. So yes, you may want to just say the past is the past, let me move forward, or you try to recover the past and get it to repost on Google, but either use an automation tool or you just do it yourself. I tell realtors, listen, move forward, right? Like just put it in your new process so you stop the bleeding and you're just getting everything on Google, and then work on the past and see if you can recoup. But at least you're moving forward in a powerful way.
That's right, dude. I love that.
Cool.
I didn't know there was a slight solution to that. That's kind of cool that they do that.
Yeah. All right, so RealGrader, let me get to the juicy. Now we get to I want to put Tristan on the spot a little bit here.
Hold on. Great question before you do that from Ryan, because I know some other people are thinking it here and in the groups. Ryan says, by the way, Ryan, thank you. I've been trying to do all of these things myself. Yeah, we've all tried that. And I'm feeling overwhelmed. Is RealGrader a one-time optimization kind of thing, or is it a monthly subscription service kind of thing? Can you go over that really quick before we do the other thing?
Absolutely. So I'll provide a link at the end, but we do provide what we call the digital optimization. It's exactly what Ryan's talking about. It's a one-time investment to just get it done right professionally by us. We leverage your time, right? We leverage your time by doing one 90-minute call with you. In that 90-minute call on Zoom, we get your headshot, we get your bio, we get your service areas, we get access to all your profiles. And then you go back to the business of real estate and we go into our caves and we optimize your profiles. And then in 30 days, the whole thing is done. After that, you can have a digital business card. That's a monthly fee, but there's no contract. You could get more support from us if you want. That's a $40 fee, no contract. Or you can do social media with us and we'll manage your social media and grow it. Customized, organic, not automated, right? Not same content for everybody.
Ooh,
so we have a different approach.
Know that part.
Yeah, we're a different approach than your typical company. I don't believe in automated content posting. I just don't think it's gonna like do the trick. It really has to be you. Like we just want to be you through technology.
Do you have examples of that online that we can see later, or you go through that?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. Definitely.
All right. Well, great answer. I just put up the link there, and I put it up in most of the groups that we're in, because I put them in a lot of places.
Yeah, and that link that Tristan's dropping, that's a 15-minute free consultation. So you can schedule a call with one of our team members. They'll actually do what I'm about to do with Tristan, which is go through your digital reputation, your digital footprint, and give you recommendations on what to improve. And then if you want to get it fixed or you want to get it solved, that's where we offer the optimization package.
All right, let's go. And now I want to see what we got.
Let's do it. So RealGrader, we measure, manage, and maximize your digital presence. That was our vision like 3 years ago. We built a scoring platform to give you a grade on your online presence. And where do you stand? You can all go to getyourfreegrade.com if you want to get your free grade. That's another opportunity for you. But the easiest way to just kind of cut the line is just schedule a call with us and we can do a live audit with you. But getyourfreegrade.com is another spot. And this is what we've seen. 17,000 agents have been graded by us through our platform. These are the common mistakes. Number one, inconsistent social media and lack of branding, right? Like I just got off another call with an ERA office and I actually picked somebody randomly. And this guy, Philip, he was crushing it. He actually did all the work himself, but he didn't have consistent branding across the board, right? Like all the like you just put a beautiful cover image on your YouTube, right? Like, and we want whatever your branding is to be the same everywhere because that's your brand, right? Like, I mean, if I go to Coca-Cola or McDonald's, I mean, I'm not going to see Burger King, right? I'm going to see McDonald's. So it's got to be, it's going to be consistent branding. But here's the thing. It's like some realtors I go to and I see a lake house and then I go to another profile, I see a kitchen, and then I go to another profile, I see a golf course. And I'm like, so what do you sell? Golf courses, kitchens, or houses? I'm not really clear what's going on here. And what company do you work for? Like, where's the branding of your company that you chose to work for, right?
That's a good one, dude. You're right.
Broken links, outdated information. You missed a T in HTTP, and now your link is broken. 404 errors, we see that a lot. Inappropriate or negative content, no reviews or bad reviews. Missing profiles. You're not on YouTube, you're not on Google Business, or duplicate profiles. 3 different companies set you up on Facebook Business. Which one is the good one? You have 2 Google Business pages. Which one is the good one? Which one do you want the review on, right? Like this kind of confusion that occurs is what we see. Data not synchronized. You did 100 deals last year, but it says 0 sales in the last 12 months on Zillow, right? Realtor.com, data is not synchronized. You got to keep up to date on this because it's your reputation, right?
Yeah.
So those are the mistakes. Spoke about that. We're going to do the hot seat now. So this is the grade that I came up with through our software, way higher than what you thought, Tristan. You as an individual.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah. So you as an individual scored a 72. The average grade is actually a 30 out of 100.
Whoa.
In the industry. So 17,000 agents, we're still living around a 30 out of 100. Our clients live at a 90 to 100 score. The only thing that we can't do is get you the reviews, like literally get the review written for you.
Okay.
But the rest of it we can set up. So if I look at your digital presence, what I noticed, first of all, your Google Business profile, you did have some reviews, but you can definitely get more. On Realtor.com,
I'm not Lori Finkelstein for sure. I'm like only 1,000 away from her. That's all.
And the thing is, there's a little bit of confusion, like, and a lot of realtors do this. There's the Tristan Google Business page, then there's the Tristan and Associates Google Business page. So it's like, which one should I give you a review on, right? Now, for those of you that are teams, my recommendation, like for you, Tristan, is your Tristan and Associates should also have your name in the Google Business, because a lot of times they're going to Google you, and I'd rather see your full team's profile with more. That's where you had more reviews, right? On Realtor.com, you're missing a branded cover image. Many realtors missed that. And then there were some details that were missing. On Zillow, it said 0 sales in the last 12 months.
That's because Zillow's evil. We know that. Zillow just took everybody's past sales. And so that's why I stopped putting my reviews on Zillow. I'm like, you know what? Screw you.
So I just want to give like a real dynamic example here, right? So I go here and I Google Tristan. And these are the kind of things that show up, right? So in Tristan's case, he has his own LinkedIn. right? He has his own Facebook. He has a Facebook for LabCoatAgents. He's got his own website. He's got his team website, Tristan Associates. Notice the videos are showing up from YouTube, from Facebook. His YouTube channel showing up, his Realtor.com, his Zillow. So, I mean, everything I just said, like that's your digital footprint, right?
Yeah.
Now, your digital footprint for you is one thing. Your digital footprint for your team is another thing. And this is something a lot of top producing teams don't always get. It's like, what am I going to Google? I mean, I know Tristan. I didn't know before I did more research, I didn't know that Tristan and Associates was the team name, right? So what does most people know? It depends on how they're coming in.
That's
you got two team members, they might come in under that person's name or that person's name, or maybe they got your branding and they know that you're, the best realtors in San Diego or whatever, that's your team name. So this is what shows up, right? And now if I go to your, just because you're pretty common on the Realtor.com issue that we see, this is what Realtor.com does as a default. I don't know why they picked this image. I'm going to keep bringing it up to Realtor.com so they can change it.
It's a weird image.
This is a dreary image, and it's the default image if nobody puts an image.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what most realtors have, and like your service areas aren't in here, so you're missing out on that too. So I mean, I think why I was a little nervous, honestly, Tristan, to use you as the example, because it's like I know you do a lot of this stuff, right? But at the same time, I thought it was a great example for everybody else to understand. Even Tristan doesn't have it all like taken care of 100%. And it's just that there's so much new stuff getting created all the time. Like, I don't even know if you knew about this page, right? I mean, sometimes we don't even know that it exists.
I didn't know about it. This is crazy. Yeah. Now, this is cool. Another opportunity to get better. I love this.
There you go. So that's what we notice when we go in and we do a deep dive into your digital presence. We uncover all these little areas that I see them as opportunities too. Right? It's like, well, what if you actually got this optimized and you started showing up on service areas, and then we brought in all your reviews on here, and now your digital reputation on Realtor was solid. Your team could leverage that. You would leverage that. Everybody wins. Huge opportunity, right? And that's really what I see for a lot of realtors is when you realize that your digital footprint is on Google and you can actually own it, then the question becomes, what type of realtor are you? And we broke it down in our company to 3 types of realtors. There's the techie who tries to do everything themselves and be techie, stays up till 2 a.m. tinkering, right? There's the veteran, like the agent that's been in it for a long time and is like, you know what, this is all great. And like, love that these kids are doing all this stuff on social media, but like, I'm probably going to retire in a couple of years. So like, do I really need to play the game? Right? And then there's the actual business person that says, I get it. Like Peter Hernandez, I love his quote. He says, social media is not social media, it's business media, right? Like for real, like your business is online. It's just about business nowadays. I don't need to know about your breakfast or your lunch, but I do need to know what you're up to in your business, right? And I need to know that you're online. So the question becomes, do you do it yourself or you just hire a company, get it done and move on with life, right? That's kind of our motto is like, be the business person, delegate, get it done, look professional, move on with life. So that's what we've been helping realtors do.
Dude, I love that, man. Very cool. All right. So you know Peter Hernandez?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Peter.
So actually, Peter, I put Peter in my deck here. So I mean, what we do is the digital optimization. We did Peter's optimization. So I'll show you here what we did for Peter. We'll call
I was with he brought me into Douglas Elliman, and I was there for like a year, right? And I love Douglas Elliman.
Yeah, so you said some nice things about them the last time we on one of your calls. I mean, they implement technology at a fast pace. Here's his Google business page. We helped optimize that. It's linking over to his digital card.
Nice.
We set up his Facebook business with like the nice branding. So this is like his consistent branded image across all his platforms. And then his Instagram, we don't manage his Instagram. He has somebody managing that, but it's connected to his Facebook business. We're doing some postings for him on Facebook.
He's killing it on Instagram, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And his LinkedIn, notice the consistent branding here as well. So, I mean, he's got that same branded image across the board. His YouTube channel, we set up his YouTube channel with his consistent branded image. Now we're adding like cover thumbnails and transcribing his videos and stuff like that. That's like next level.
Like that.
Homes.com, put in the new Element marketing video, made sure he's all set up on that.
Nice.
Realtor.com, consistent branded image. Zillow, made sure he's got a link to his website. We're working on his new website right now, actually.
Is Zillow still a thing? I'm joking. It was a joke. Dude. I'm just messing. I'm just messing with it.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, the question is, are you a technology ninja? And I know a lot of people in this group love technology.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, we've created a process around this that we find to be very efficient. So if you need help, and you know, like somebody on this call just mentioned in the chat, that's what we do. We'll optimize you in one shot. And you just have to look at, you know, what's your time worth? Do you want this delegated, be a business person, or do you want to be a techie, or are you a veteran? The secret is we do it for you. Plain and simple. I've been in this business for 21 years, and honestly, 18 years of my life, I built platforms with dashboards that I was hoping agents would log into. And it never happened.
Yeah.
And what I learned is that at the end of the day, what realtors want is a done for you solution. Like, just do it for me, man. That's what they would all say to me. Alex, I love your dashboard. It's great. It's cute. It's, you know, I'll log in tomorrow.
Yeah.
But can you just do it for me? Like, I just want it done already.
That's
I got
because
business to do.
you know, we love what we're seeing, but I don't want to have to do this crap. Simon's asking, how much is the initial setup? Is there initial setup? How does it work?
Yeah, so I'll just pop right over to that. Actually, let's go here. So the initial setup, I mean, we see it as a $297 value for Google. Facebook's a $297 value. I mean, people take anywhere between 4 to 6 hours to set that up themselves. Instagram business,
Yeah.
LinkedIn, $97 value each. The best thing we do is we leverage your time by doing a 90-minute call.
Okay.
That's $297 value.
Okay.
So all that, then what we do is we set that up with your digital card, and we customize your digital card for you. Because after we do all the revamp, we want to put that on your card, right?
Yep.
So the total value is $1,706. Our online price is $950. And what I said I'd do for people in this webinar or anybody online, we'll take $200 off the setup. And so it's $750 one-time investment.
Perfect. And it's all done for us. It'll all be ready to go. We can use it right after. How long does it take?
30 business days from the time of your call.
Cool. And you showed something that I thought was cool, but you just ran through it really quick. When you were showing Peter's Google
Yep.
business page, you showed that you put the link to the Instacart as the appointment section. And I love that, dude. Can you
Think about it.
perfect.
I mean, I go on Google, I find your information. Wouldn't I want to just get your business card? So it's like, click, boom, digital card. It's like Yellow Pages. If Yellow Pages could put your business card in the Yellow Pages, that's what you want. Google's now got the directory. You just link to your digital card and boom, you're done.
Yeah, I love that, dude. That was damn, I might do that. I might do that. Can you put the link to my card there so people can play around with it and see how it looks? Because I think they would get a lot from that too. And I'm gonna grab that link and I'm put it into LabCoats at the top so people can see how you can play with it. And yeah, I was really impressed when you showed it to me. And again, impressed because these are all things we need to be doing, but there's no way in hell we can do this ourselves unless this is all we're doing for like a few weeks. You know, the way I work on this stuff, when I get sick, I have this list. No joke. I have this list. When I get sick, I'm like, oh, I'm sick in bed. All right, now I can work on this stuff, right? That's the time I work on this stuff.
Well, let's face it. I mean, when did I build like webinars and like a lot of the digital background is when COVID happened, right? It's like I was home stuck in my house and I'm like, oh, let's do all this techie stuff now because I don't know when I'll have time for it later.
Dude, exactly. I'm putting it up right now into LabCoats. All right, anything we missed that you wanted to mention? Anything that...
Just the last thing I'll put is here. Let me just put that. That's it, just my information here. Boom. Say thank you to everybody who watched. You know, the easiest way to reach out to us, you can send us an email to hello@realgrader.com. For those that are like listening in and aren't on the chat, you can go to schedule an appointment at realgrader.com/hello. And then I also put the link for the discounted $200 off for those that just want to sign up and get it taken care of. And that's it. I mean, from there, that's the foundation. I didn't get into the social media side, but like once you've set up your foundation, we call that the digital blueprint, the 8-site optimization.
Okay.
Then it's about, okay, how do I grow? Do I want the social media done for me by a company, or do I want to do it myself? Do I want to educate myself and do it, or do I want to pay somebody to do it? We offer both, right? Real Grader University is free education, and done for you is pay for it, we do it for you. You want to get set up on Google Local and start paying per lead. We set up Google Local for people. We manage those accounts. It all goes up from there. But I always say, build your foundation first. You can't build a house without a foundation.
Very true, man. Very true. I love this. So I think we could do like a part 2 to this where we can go into the social parts. What do you think?
Anytime.
Because we kind of focused on the Google part of this, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then
I was going to go behind scenes on Google Local. I mean, once I have more data from more clients, I was looking at, behind the scenes, there's a lot going on there, like downloading the Google app. How do you respond to Google Local inquiries? Like all that kind of stuff. But the social, the Google Local, those are two like next level conversations.
all right, man. I appreciate you. And then I put up the links everywhere, threw up the Instacard on LabCoats at the top there. So if you want to take a look at it, if you're in one of the Facebook groups, just go to the very top of LabCoatAgents. You'll see it there. This is recorded too. So it's going to go on to our YouTube channel so you can watch the replay. And Ryan says he's got about 50 reviews on Zillow, about 25 on Google. Is there a way to transfer the 25 missing reviews from Zillow to Google?
Closest thing I can think of right now would be the Rate My Agent tool, or you're just going to have to re-request. Like copy the review, send it to your seller or to your client and say, hey, can you copy this? The Instacard will give you that quick link to your Google reviews. So you might want to, copy it, text them using the Instacard, or sign up for Rate My Agent, and then you have this, semi-automation tool.
I like it, dude. All right, man. Let's do a part 2 to this.
I'm game. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate you. Go to the LabCoatAgents YouTube channel. Watch the recording tomorrow if you missed any part of this. Thanks, Alex.
Beauty. Thanks a lot, man.